welcome back to my channel. It is day 3 of Sewtember. We will be doing a little bit of hand embroidery, something that you haven't seen me do often. I actually really enjoy embellishing some of the garments that I create with a little hand embroidery. Look at our hat. Think about creating some hand embroidery on a specialty item that really will set that item apart. No one's gonna have a hat like me, but maybe you will. Let's get started. You'll notice that I have my little wooden hoop. You can get these in a variety of different sizes. I have an embroidery needle, and I also have some DMC flosses. I also will use a marker to create our circle. Let's do that right now. To create a spiderweb rose, I start with drawing a circle. I try to keep it as circular as I can. And then we'll need to draw 5 little lines. I like to put a little dot in the center, and then we'll just draw them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, as long as you have a circle and you have your little 5 spokes. Then we'll choose the color of thread that we would like to create our flowers out of. Recently, I've came across these beautiful DMC flosses that are variegated. Look how pretty these are. Aren't those beautiful? I'm really loving these concepts. If you'll notice, here on the little hat, I've created these roses with this thread. Doesn't that look so pretty? We'll select our peachy. Let's use our little peachy pink. Oh, maybe this one. This one's a little brighter. You might be able to see that one better. We'll do that one. We'll set these aside. If you've ever used DMC flosses, you know that they come with 6 strands of floss. And you can create your spider web roses with 6 strands of floss, or even 12 strands of floss, or 3 strands of floss. When you're using less numbers of the floss, that means your little flower will be a little less bulky. We'll do 3 and then we can see the difference. So let's start with 3 strands. I like to very gently hold the tail of my thread and pull. And I pull out about 3 pulls. So that was 1, 2, you can feel it release, and then 3. We'll cut our threads, leave a little bit of a tail. That way when we grab more thread, it'll be easier. Since we'll start with 3 strands, let's draw a little bit smaller circle. I like to separate the threads by just touching and pouncing on the threads, and then we'll grab 1 strand. And I very gently hold the thread in my left hand and that 1 single strand in my right, and gently pull. Go slow. If you go too quickly, you might very quickly get a knot. And if you would like, you can even pull this thread back down very gently and softly. Now we'll just continue to easily pull that single strand out. Okay, we have 1. We need 2 more. I'm just pulling my threads and straightening them once I've pulled the first one out. Now we'll grab the second one and do the same process until we have 3 strands. Line up the tips of your threads, each one of your strands. And smooth them back together. I'll give it a snip so they're even at the top. We'll grab our needle, and you might need to moisten the tip of your thread so that it'll easily go into the eye of your needle. Let's create a knot at the bottom. I'll hold my needle in my right hand and bring the tail over the very end. I'll place the thread on my pointer finger and then the needle, and wind it about 3 times. We'll grab those threads and then gently pull the threads through. This is a knot that I use often. I'll snip the tail so it's not so long. So we have a nice little neat knot. Now that we've created our little star, we'll take our needle and bring it up at the end of the spokes on the outer edge of the circle and bring the needle to the center. We'll complete this process all the way around our threads in the same way until we've created all 5 of our little spokes. Now that we've created all of our little spokes, we'll bring our thread up right in this area, close to the center. Next, we'll weave our thread over and under as we go around our little spokes. Since our thread is coming up here, we'll go over this spoke and under the next one. And we'll complete this process until our little flower fills out our spoke. Going under, we'll go over and under. As we begin to see the little flower covering the spokes, that's when you can decide when you may want to stop. I love the way that one looks. I think I'm gonna call that one done. Once we're finished, we'll just take our thread and bring it straight down behind. Look how pretty that is. It's very delicate. We'll tie a knot on the back. Next, I'll create one with 6 strands of floss, so I'll draw a medium circle. We'll save this one for our large. Taking the thread that I have left over from my first little flower, just folding it in half, and now we have 6 strands that are together. Notice how I cut my thread at an angle? That helps to thread it a little easier. And then I like to hold the tip of my thread up close to my fingers so it's not real floppy at the top. That helps thread the needle a little bit easier. I'll still create a little knot at the bottom. With a thicker thread, you don't need to wrap it as many times. I'm repeating the same process that we did with our smaller flower. Once more, I'll bring my needle up right in between 2 of the petals close to the center. Remember, we have 6 strands of floss. We'll place these 2 together and that'll give us 12. You might find that it'll be a little harder to get all of these strands through the eye of the needle, depending on the eye of the needle that you're using. Now since this thread is lots of strands, let's remove our needle and then tie a knot in this way. We'll just separate the strands. Just be careful not to pull the fabric in as you're creating that knot. Let's look at our different roses. So here we created our little rose that looks more delicate using 3 strands of floss, and we drew a smaller circle with our spokes. Here's our 6 strands of floss, and here's our 12 strands of floss. It's really what you would like to create. Over here in this area, I created this flower using 3 strands of floss with a larger circle. You definitely can still create larger flowers with less strands of floss. They all look a little bit different, very pretty. I really like that variegated thread as well. Next, we'll add some leaves using a lazy daisy stitch. To create the leaves, I like to use 2 strands of floss. I've decided to use the same thread since there is some green that shows up in there. For the lazy daisy stitch, we'll bring our thread up, lay it around, go straight back down where we came up originally, and however long you want your leaf, that's how long you would want to create your little bite. We'll go straight down outside the loop. A lot of times when I do embroidery, if I need to travel, I'll travel my thread underneath any of the previous threads to get to the other side. So let's do that. We'll take our thread and slip it up underneath here to get to the opposite side of our flower. One other little accent that I like to create when I do my little spider web roses is to use some little beads. These are little seed beads, and I also have some wildfire. It's 0.008 or 0.20 millimeters, and I have a beading needle. The beading needle is long and thin. That way it accommodates the beads. You'll be able to bring that needle through the beads. Let's place a couple here on our little peach flower. I've already placed a knot at the bottom. look how adding a few little beads really creates a pretty accent. That was day 3. Thank you for watching. Make sure to show me your sew, whether it be a hat, a hair clip, or a shirt, or maybe even a little dress. Make sure you post on Instagram and hashtag Sewtember. Join our Facebook group. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow for day 4.